Welcome to Gaga's Kitchen. I am going to do a really quick chicken soup. In actual fact, it is a chicken broth. The difference is there is consomme, broth and soup. Consomme is basically a very clear soup, whatever you're going to do. Usually it's chicken, but it can be anything. Broth usually is something that is still thin flavour, but there is a very limited amount of vegetables or noodles that are actually in the broth. And soup, of course, is like your minestrone soup when you've got everything and anything. But one of the things about the soup that I'm actually going to do is that I'm not going to be cutting everything up really fine, and I'm not going to be frying anything off. I'm just pretty much going to be making some, I suppose you can say, flavoured water. So here we go. We'll just do it. This is a 4 litre pot, 3 to 4 litre pot. I'm only going to half fill it. Looks huge. It's not. It's actually quite small. It's not a very big one at all. But for one person or for two, you don't want to be finding that you're eating soup forever. But the basic principles to making soup, a girlfriend of mine's never ever made soup. This is almost for her. Here we go. So really simple. I'm not, as I said, I'm not frying anything off. And the reason I'm not doing that is I'm not going to resin all the flavors. I actually want it to be a light soup, because afterwards I'm actually going to be using this broth as my base for some laksa or some risotto. Really simple. So half fill it. Doesn't matter what size pot, just half fill. From there I'm going to get my chicken pieces. In this case I'm only going to be using 3 drumsticks, and I'm going to use some stock to go with it. Now this is 3 drumsticks with skin on. Look, I know that we're supposed to be really healthy these days, but the problem actually is that the skin and the fat is what actually contributes to the flavour. If you are going to just do yourself a very simple soup, you can use chicken wings because that has skin and meat. You can actually use your thighs if you want to take the meat out separately and make some chicken pot pie or do something else with your chicken meat. There's not a lot of chicken on these 3 thighs, and in actual fact not even enough really skin on there, but I'll get by only because I'm putting in stock. So chuck that in. Chuck it in, baby, just chuck it in. Because I'm only doing 2 litres, I'm doing 2 litres of fluid, which is about half of the pot, with it to reduce down to about 1.5 litres of stock. And the magic knife, I had one, here we go. And this is a really good opportunity to use all of your bits. So any single thing that you can use. Ordinarily I'll just throw in half, the whole half. But I'm just going to, because I've got the knife in front of me, I'm going to just cut it a little bit. Tomato, all that is not 100% necessary, but all I want to do is that the tomato itself will actually add some colour. It gives it that nice little bit of colour to it. Cut. In. Done, baby. Next, I like my soups to be quite garlicky, only because it actually does a really nice flavour. So I'm chucking in 2 large cloves of garlic. A normal case it might be 4 cloves if they're a bit thinner. Don't be so fussed. Just take off the outside dry bits. Come on, and let's just squash it. Mind you, these are pretty flat, these are. And come on, Off you come. As it's coming, as it's coming. Done. As is. In. Chuck. Right. The next thing that I'm going to actually chuck in. For next thing. What's going to be adding flavour is some carrots. Now these are all clean, these carrots. These bags, fantastic. And I'm just going to move this over because for some reason you're seeing that, which is great. Okay, so carrots. It's only 2 litres. These are quite small. They're really tiny ones. So, top and tail. Literally. Just take it. These are already clean, these carrots, as is. Chop in half. Throw in. Done. It just so happens the other night, because I use everything, the other night I had some broccolini, and this is where I've just gone into the fridge and gone, oh, what else can I use that could just give me a little bit of flavour? All I've done is just taken off the bottom of the stalk of that, and these I'm going to chuck in whole. Okay. There is a reason. It'll give me the flavour, and after it's all cooked, I will then take everything out and just splits the veggies sort of separately. So zucchini, top and tail. This is why I don't have a compost bin. I don't have enough. Okay, whole zucchini. Done. And because I'm going to, and this is optional, okay? Let me just do this knife at you. Because this is optional. It is coming to the end of the cold season. I'm just double checking my ginger. I'm putting in some ginger because I am going to be cooking this on. And I am going to just cutting the ginger. I've just cut the ginger in half. If I can get it right. I've just cut the ginger in half. Some people like ginger, some people don't like ginger. So I'm doing the ginger, and I'm just going to throw that in. Now, if it was fresh, I mean, it is fresh ginger, but if it was young ginger, which is slightly, it's got like slightly pink skin, this is a little bit more mature. It could be peeled. If it was slightly pink and quite soft, that is a better ginger to get, because then you can cut that sliced up quite thinly, and it'll be very soft to eat. Whereas this is sort of halfway, not quite so woody, but it's just half. So I'm chucking that in, and that goes in there. And as you can see, everything so far has been a chuck. It's all chuck. All right. Celery. Celery is your next crucial item. So far we've had the crucial. So the crucial is whatever flavouring you're going to be using. Your garlic is crucial. Your celery is crucial. Your onion is crucial, unfortunately. Crucial. And your carrot is crucial. That is your basic stock. Everything else is optional. Now, I'm going to be doing some tutorials called Cook the Books, which is actually going to be about budgeting and the reason why we use certain things. One of the things is good old celery. Now, this one's getting a bit limp because it's quite a few weeks old. This one here I've actually had, and I've already cut the heads off. The 2 best parts of the celery for soup are the leaves, which the top part, you don't need as much of it because the leaf actually has a relatively strong flavour to it and adds some greenery. The next part of your celery, that is the best part to use in your soup, especially in your soups, is what I refer to as your middle, your centre heart component. Now, It usually is the cleanest part of your celery, and that the dirt hasn't gone in amongst it. It has all of that paler looking celery, and that flavour is quite delicate, and it will also break down really well. And so I've just taken off the outside ones. Do not throw away. The only part of your celery that you don't need is this bit here. The very, very bottom you don't need. Chuck that into your compost. The rest of it is all usable. And that, for the sake of the argument, I'm going to cut this in half and chuck it in. Now, that is my basics. What to finish it off with is, I tend to use just Italian herb mix. It has your oregano, it has your marjoram, it has your oregano. No, what's the other one? It has a little bit of basil, has a little bit of everything in it. Don't need much. For that size pot, probably about 3 or 4 sprinkles. And that's probably it. And I'm going to now put in my stock. One of these concentrates, stock concentrates. It's by a well-known brand. You could use your liquid stock. You only need, if you're using your liquid stock, then you use 1 litre of your liquid stock, and then you do the rest of the 2 litres with just water. I'm going to put your hold for a minute and then you see where it's up to.